Hello, I'm Georgie Cole and welcome to the SheerLuxe show. We're coming to you a little earlier in the week than normal because today is International Women's Day. This year's theme is Breaking the Bias, and later 5 of the UK's most impressive businesswomen who have done just that share their thoughts and feelings on life as a woman today. It's fascinating and promises to inspire you. We also have a hair segment today, a very stylish guide on what to pack for a city break, plus a snoop inside the fridges of some of the SL team. But first, I'm thrilled to be joined by GEORGINA, BLASKEY, ADDAI and Laura Wells. Hello ladies, what a lineup on International Women's Day. Welcome, welcome. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very well, very well. I feel motivated today.
Yes.
I feel it's also quite a bittersweet International Women's Day, isn't it? Yesterday, and you posted it, the picture that stuck in my mind the most
With the prams.
The buggies. Yeah. And I had a message yesterday from a reader in Ukraine telling me that she was hiding in the hills with her 7-year-old daughter in her grandparents' house that had no running water or electricity. And anyway, it's just amazing to get that message. And it just, I don't know, she's so far away living in such an alien world, yet tuning into what we're doing, or was when she had lectures. Anyway, our job at SheerLuxe is to continue to inspire and entertain you, and who better to do it than you three? We're going to start off today talking about the women that have inspired us all. GEORGINA, I'm going to start with you. You're here, GEORGINA, we were like, who's going to bring the best advice from SheerLuxe? Sorry, the rest of you. But anyway, we were like, GEORGINA's always got wise words, so no pressure.
No pressure, as always, no pressure.
Who's inspired you in
So at the moment, I was thinking about this a lot over the last week, and I just can't. I listened to a podcast the other day with Stacey Dooley, and I was completely blown away. She was interviewed by Pandora Sykes, and she was talking about all the documentaries she's made and winning Strictly, and just the range of things that she's done. And I think what really struck me was she talked about giving voices to women who don't get a chance to tell their stories. So Nigerian suicide bombers. She's gone over to people who are being sex trafficked in the Philippines. And yet she has this incredible kind of like girl next door, chatty style where she just gets someone to sit down and tell them their story to her in this kind of very sort of sweet, open way.
Yeah.
And she just blew me away. I just thought it was such a great interview. It's
such a good answer. Yeah. I love her. We love her in our house. We're like massive Stacey fans.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a really good answer. She's a very, very clever investigative journalist, and her way of, like Louis Theroux, her way of getting people to open up and just that. Yeah, girl next door way is.
And she was talking about how she'd been at some big awards ceremony, I think it was BAFTAs or something, and some of kind of the real old school documentary makers had come over to her and congratulated her on how much she'd been trailblazing and the kind of the audiences that she's pulling in to talk about all these subjects that just don't get the airtime. And it was just, it was a really humbling interview to listen to.
Yeah, she's really done it in her own way. Great answer.
It's a good answer.
Anna, I'm going to come to you next. Welcome. How lovely to have you on the show.
You.
We're hoping you're going to be a bit of a regular, bit of a contributor to the SheerLuxe family, so exciting. No pressure. Who is the woman who's inspired you the most?
Not to sound cliche, but I would have to say my mum. I think, she is bold, fearless, resilient. I think she's weathered adversity like with class and style. I definitely think she shaped me.
Is she into style? Because you've got amazing style.
She is. Like my love for fashion actually comes from my mum. She takes it quite serious. Even till now, like she's really into how she presents herself and how she carries herself. She likes trends. If all the young people are doing trainers and dresses, she's out there. She's like, and she'll like FaceTime me. Yeah. She'll FaceTime me and ask me, what does it look like? Do you like it? And so I just definitely think she shaped me. And I think even my desire to kind of service others comes from my mum. She's so giving and loving. And I'm sure like many of our mothers. But so I would have to say my mum.
Oh, good answer. Good answer. Well, you need to get in there and do there's a Mother's Day shoot going on in the studio right now.
She would love
so
that.
next time you'll have to ship her in and do one. You need to see her
definitely.
style. Laura.
I would have to say my mother as well. She just has always had this, you know, get on with it attitude. And she just, you know, I went back to my parents' house last weekend and she's
from Finland.
She's from Finland originally, moved to England, didn't really speak any English at the time. You know, I have an older brother as well and raised the two of us. And she just is the most giving person. I went home last weekend and she said, you know, give my littlest child, Casimir, who is turning 1 this week, so I feel really emotional as well. She said, you know, give him to me for the night, I will do the night. And she's 65 and she will always get on with it. She's so helpful and giving, and I just think she's the toughest, most amazing woman that I know.
I think we are quite tough. I think as women, we have this like inner steel. I mean, you are, I always say this, for all your glamour and your amazing style and, you know, the world you're in, you are incredibly nice and warm and genuine, and you do just get on with it. I mean, you've got...
I mean, I always laugh, you know, if people could see the behind the scenes, you know, it's not quite as glam as it looks on Instagram. So.
I'm always showing my daughter, if ever I'm posting anything, I'm like, look, darling, and then I'm there like filtering whatever I'm seeing. Look, you see, that's not real. How many pictures does it take? Just remember that.
Exactly.
That's your mother doing that, so everyone else is doing that. But yeah, we do have this inner strength, I think, as women that makes us, you know, quite good at spinning plates. Well, mine is someone I've only discovered quite recently. Actually, we did interview her last International Women's Day, but I think I'd sort of slightly forgotten. And it is somebody called Dame Stephanie, also known as Stevie Shirley. And our Chief of Staff and I had a meeting the other day with a new charity that we want to work with. So we work very closely with Key for Life, and we're looking for a new charity to work with this year, and it's called Autistica, and we really want to get behind neurodiversity as a business. Anyway, conversation for another time. But she is the founder of this charity. Long story short, and it's really timely that yesterday I watched her TED Talk for the first time. We'll put a link below, but it's 13 minutes. Can't encourage you to watch it more. It literally had me in tears. Anyway, it's very timely because she was a Jewish refugee who left Poland in the Holocaust, came to the UK, which she now sees as her home. She was adopted here, and long story short, in the 60s, she set up a programming business recruiting women as freelancers from home. I mean, it literally gives me goosebumps. And she empowered this incredible workforce of women, all women. They were mothers. I mean, it was like what we're doing now with working from home in the 60s.
Wow.
And she grew the business to be worth over $3 billion. She gave 25% of the business to her staff and made 70 of them millionaires. She's a dame.
Wow.
She then became I mean, it literally is so. Anyway, she's then become devoted her life to being a philanthropist. Her autistic son died 17 years ago, and she's incredible. She's 88, and she did this TED Talk in 2015. Listen to it today of all days. Listen to it anyway, and just listening to it twice. I made my husband watch it last night, and he was like, "Wow." I mean, blown away. So incredible that all, you know, women have been doing amazing things for a very long time. She gave me so much advice, and I'm going to start, but the best piece of advice that I got from watching her TED Talk was there were two things. Surround yourself with brilliant people, but surround yourself with brilliant people that you like. And I said to my husband, that's such a good point, the bit you like. And he went, well, you know, you don't always have to like them. I was like, no, I like every single woman that works at SheerLuxe, and man, Rich, and Greg. But like, there's 45 of us, and I hand on my heart, there's no one in our business I don't like. Swear to God, they wouldn't be here if I didn't. So I thought that was really interesting. And she also said pick a great partner. And my mum always said, pick a kind man. So I've said that many times. What's the best piece of advice you've been given?
I would say comparison is the thief of joy. you know, there is, I think, especially in kind of the times that we live in at the moment with social media, it's so easy to kind of get caught up and see what everybody else is doing. And I think you just have to kind of focus on yourself, what you're doing, not compare yourself with others. And, you know.
That's good advice. Yeah. That is really good advice. Someone said to me once, there will always be somebody with more than you, and there will always be somebody with less than you. And I say that to my daughter quite often. Yeah. And I'm like, darling, you can't go through life saying they've got those trainers or they've got, because someone else doesn't, and someone else will have 3 pairs.
Exactly.
That's really, what was it? Comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah. I like that. Anna?
I would say, I had a teacher say this to me, the journey to loving yourself will be your greatest love story. And I think yeah. And that's really, I've carried that, and it's something that I would, you know, I pass on to my daughter. It's just about knowing who you are, loving yourself first, getting to know yourself. And I think in order for us to receive...
And your weaknesses and your strengths.
Every part of you. And I think before you can receive love, you need to love who you are. And I think, that's...
I love that.
I'm literally feeling very emotional. But what wise words. Georgina, how are you going to top that? No
I
pressure.
can't top that. I can't top that. And you know what? I'm not even going to, because comparison is the thief of joy. So I'm not going to try and top that. But all I would say is that, I can't remember who said this to me, but I think it was in my early 20s. Somebody said to me that when you're a woman, you get to live many phases, and you should enjoy and embrace each phase. So I interpreted that to mean kind of career me, wife me, mother me, and just, I guess it's about kind of being in the journey and enjoying each phase as it happens. And I've tried to kind of stay true to that since my 20s, and not worry about what's happening in the future or what just happened, and know that things aren't permanent. You know, it will always be evolving and changing, and just to kind of own it.
Yeah, and live in the present. Find a way to enjoy the present, because if you're always waiting for the next thing, you're just going to be disappointed. We're going to finish on what your favourite thing is about being a woman. I think we're going to say the same thing, and you're going to go first.
It might not be the same.
What's your favourite thing about being a woman?
I just really like clothes and makeup.
Is that what you were going to say?
Well, kind of going back to
being a man. Can you imagine if you just had a navy blazer? My husband's like, what should I wear for supper dinner tonight? And I'm like, a white shirt, navy blazer. I mean, obviously.
The other day we're
a black shirt. You can wear black shirts.
Yeah. So the other day we're getting ready to go out for dinner with friends, and my husband's he's holding on like 3 blue shirts. One had white buttons, one had navy buttons, and I was kind of like, it doesn't matter which one I pick. You're kind of going to look the same.
Yeah.
And I just love that, you know, we all have different sides to us, and it's really nice to express that through what you wear, how you look.
Yeah.
It's so liberating.
And empowering and enjoyable and
fun. And have some fun.
Experiment, exactly.
Clothes and makeup.
I know, I'm with you. I let my daughters raid my wardrobe
at
the weekend.
I see that.
And my husband was like, I was like, come on, can't say no all the time. And just let them be girls. And it doesn't mean that we think this is the most important thing in the world, but it's quite fun. Yeah, it's quite important.
It looks fun. It actually looks fun.
Anna, your favourite thing about being a woman?
I think I'm going to follow suit from what you said earlier, just about loving the different hats I get to wear as a woman, you know, being a daughter, sister, wife, friend, mother. I think I enjoy that. And then also the sisterhood, the community that we get to kind of be a part of.
Such a good point.
I know, like...
Men don't have that with their friends in the same way.
Like, there's nothing like it, you know, having a chat and sharing ideas and collaborating and doing things like what we're doing today and talking. I love that part of being a woman. That's important to me. So, yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine men sitting on a sofa like this? Can you imagine? What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
It's so quick with them.
Get the fuck on with it and just...
They don't get deep like how we do. We will flip things around.
I mean, just that last glass of wine and just like really chewing the fat. I mean,
exactly. A nice chat. I love it.
Yeah. Laura?
Being a mother.
Yeah.
Definitely. I feel like it's such a... Again, with Casimir turning 1, I just feel like it's quite bittersweet for me, because I think he will be my last, and it's, you know, it is all about like
to hear you say that, because you are a lunatic.
Well, you never say never, but I feel like it is all about embracing those different, times in your life. And I just, obviously motherhood is different for everyone, but I loved everything about pregnancy, birth, having my babies. And it's just been such a special time for me.
Well, I can't top that at all. I mean, here on everything you said. What a great chat. What a great chat. I felt quite sort of nervous coming in today. I thought, God, this is quite an important day. But anyway, it's been heaven to have you all. Thank you so much. Next, to honour this year's International Women's Day and its theme, Breaking the Bias, we reached out to women who are trailblazers in their industries to get their take on what it means to them. From Trinny Woodall to Sharmadine Reid, here's what they had to say.
I'm Sharmadine Reid, founder of the Stack World. We power women's communities.
I'm Sam Smith. I'm CEO and founder of FinCap Group plc.
Hi everyone, I'm Natasha Ashgar. I am the Conservative Regional Member of the Welsh Parliament for South East Wales.
Hi, I'm Trinny Woodall and I'm the founder of Trinny London.
Hi, I'm Amy Golding. I'm the CEO of Opus Talent Solutions and this is International Women's Day.
To me personally, it's a day where women are celebrated all across the world for their achievements.
The opportunity for women to think about their career.
While it is definitely important to have a day of celebration, it's also really, really critical to recognise that women are oppressed every single day.
It's amazing to have a reminder of all the work that people have done, everything that they've sacrificed to get us this far. But the fact that we still need to have a day is also a reminder of the work still to do.
Really tried to promote inclusive culture in the workplace, particularly financial services.
I am a bit of an anomaly on lots of different levels. And while it's cool that I've broken the bias, I don't necessarily think that my story is representative of all black women everywhere. So what I want to do is ensure that with the work that we do, is make sure that the bias is broken for all women everywhere.
So I think as the first woman of colour in the Welsh Parliament, that was a way that I broke the bias that perhaps women of colour don't have a place in Welsh politics.
There has to be an active target. They have to set themselves targets to get women's leadership roles and make an effort to do it. It's not going to happen on its own.
It's really vital that we all collectively engage together. We support each other in all walks of life.
The work that is left to be done for equality encompasses everything.
Women supporting women is an interesting concept because there is that old-fashioned thing of an old boys club. And I think women are growing into this idea of we can invest in other women, we can support other women, putting our money where our mouth is.
Where are the next female CEOs coming from? Because they're the ones that really drive change, create the role models and champion culture.
People do a presentation on themselves by going beyond the surface level and beyond the demographic and more to the psychographic. People actually have a lot more in common than they think.
I hire people on their merit and their passion and their commitment and their hard work.
Speaking up about it, I think it's really important that we communicate. I'm a huge advocate for being open, being honest.
It's all about championing inclusive culture. It's a really, really important theme for us.
We use technology to take the CV out of the process.
There is no glass ceiling. Don't imagine there is one.
It's about time that women are heard in society and in all their careers, professions, walks of life, and that's something that we have to do together.
I think really believing in yourself and authenticity.
The only advice I can give is be yourself.
It's a great time to be a woman anytime.
It really is up to us to go out there and take the opportunities and break down those barriers.
I think, I hope, I feel that we will be the generation of women that create lasting change.
Seeing women being celebrated in their career paths, whatever that may be, is something that we should all stand together and clap and applaud together for.
In the 5th decade of my life, it's the best decade of my life. So I'm very happy to be a woman in an industry which celebrates women.
Thanks so much to you all. That was wonderful. Now, from inspiring women to inspiring hair, extensions used to get a bit of a bad rap, but Fox and Vab founder Talitha Price is out to change that. We caught up with her last week when she was applying extensions to the very lovely Laura Wills. Who would think that you've got hair extensions?
No, and I'm wearing it up today.
You're wearing it up today, but you've got a nice full. Can you turn to the side? You've got a nice full ponytail. It's a great video. It kind of explains it all.
Yeah.
But look, I would never know. They look fabulous. How are they a week on?
I mean, you know, I think you just get so used to them that they feel amazing, look amazing.
They look amazing. My hair is actually just quite a lot of it, but it's quite fine at the front.
That's exactly how mine is.
Yeah, and actually you and Trini both make me think I really need to give it a go. Anyway, take a look and see.
Hi, I'm Talitha. We are Fox and Vamp, a salon based in London. We specialise in hair extensions, and today I'm with my client and we are going to be fitting some tape hair extensions. So the reason that you would have tape hair extensions is because you have finer hair. Laura has finer hair.
Very fine hair.
Very fine hair. Quite a lot of it though, actually. But as you can see, it's quite short. We're not actually adding length, and what we are doing is adding lots of volume. It looks quite maybe scary here, but we're not, it's not going to look like this once it's in. As you can see, there's lots of colours going through Laura's hair, so it's really important that the blends are an exact match. So we are just going to put one side of the tape in first. So we're starting off on the bottom, which is the darker shade. So we're just neatly getting an even amount of hair, placing one side of the tape. So that's one side of the tape, getting the second part. And people always wonder how it stays in. So it is a keratin tape that lasts 6 to 8 weeks. And it just grows down naturally with your own hair. So there we go, that's the first one in. You can see it's a really nice colour match, especially once it's been cut, it'll blend perfectly.
I think what's also so great is that you can have them with short hair rather than just having...
Yeah, and short hair is really having a moment right now. Extensions also really help hold the style, especially when your hair's finer. So sometimes we just have clients that come in just because they want their hair to hold the style for longer. So there are some kind of basic rules to follow, guidelines if you like, that we like you to follow once you have your hair extensions in, but it's really pretty easy. The most important things are that you don't use a really heavy shampoo and conditioner, so nothing too rich, just because it would make the bonds or the extension slip down sooner than it should. The direction in which you shampoo, interestingly, is quite important. Because we don't like you going in a roundward motion, you can go up and down. Apart from that, pretty easy. You can style them, you can have blow dries, you can go swimming.
I get regular blow dries, that's my one kind of big indulgence, but you can easily wash it at home and you can do it yourself. When I went away on holiday, I just washed my hair the whole time and I let it dry naturally. Yeah. It becomes second nature and really easy. My natural hair is so fine that if I had a blow dry with just my natural hair, it really wouldn't last very long, whereas now it can last kind of four days, which is great.
So we have so many clients come to us whose hair is in really bad condition for whatever reason, and they're terrified to get hair extensions. You think it's going to ruin your hair, it's such a taboo thing, and we've really helped them get their hair back into health. And one of the main reasons is because they're playing with it less, is because we can add colour. So we can add colour with hair extensions, so it actually saves you getting it colour, it saves you doing the damage. We can add balayage extensions, and we always say we're very confident in putting them in safely. So as long as you can follow the guidelines at home, there's no reason why your hair won't improve in health. I think that hair thinning is so much more common than you think. So 65% of postpartum women lose so much hair. 50% of women during menopause lose so much hair yet again. And I think it's such a confidence booster once you get your hair back in, just to feel like yourself, especially if you've had that hair previously and then it's coming out because of hormones.
I had such loss after my
Yeah,
third.
Luna.
And
and it really does come out in chunks, doesn't it? And we get so many women coming, and to be able to give them the confidence is really great. So with tapes, we do advise them as a really great first time method, purely because they're really quick. So you can see now how we're attaching them to the hair. They're a really quick method. They're like the step up from a clip-in. I think if someone's a little bit nervous and we start bringing out the bonds and different options, it can quite terrify them, whereas tapes are a really good, nice starting point for somebody. There's huge benefits to the tapes. This hair will last up to 9 months. Darker hair can last up to 1 year. You have them in your head for 6 to 8 weeks, depending on your own hair growth. And what's great is you can reuse the hair, as we said. So we bring it out and we can reuse it. And obviously we're blending the different colours here. You can see that Laura's got these different colours in her hair. And actually sometimes when you see it here, I don't actually like to show it clients because it can scare them, because it looks so different here to what it looks like here. So we do offer 4 methods in the salon. So we have tapes, which are probably our most popular method. We then have micro rings, which are put in with a copper ring. They last 3 to 4 months. After that time, you can come back and reuse the hair. The other option is keratin bonds, which is put in using keratin. And we also have a weave option to add length. Depending on everybody's hair, this is quite a awkward length, if you like, shoulder length to add length. We could do it, but it would mean cutting into the natural hair. This is obviously just adding volume for Laura. I think actually what probably I love about doing what we do most is like we feel like we make such a difference for how people feel in their confidence. We have women crying in here and saying they never thought their hair would look like this. It's so nice. Okay, so now that we have put all the tapes in, and just for reference, we've used 12 tapes, we are going to do the cut. Okay, so all the hair extensions are in now. You can see how amazing it looks. Super, super natural. You can see all the different tones as well, completely different to what it looked like at the beginning of the process and mid-process. Just spin you around as well so we can see the back. And I think it's really good to see as well. And we make sure we don't put them too high. I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
So if we were to do here, you would never know. And then at the sides, we've actually put them on a slight angle just because Laura likes to wear her hair in a low pony. And she still has the option to do that actually with this length, which is another point. So all this section has been left out. So, happy?
I love it.
Perfect.
It feels so thick and full.
So gorgeous. I just love
Very,
this look
very
on
happy.
you.
Thank you, Laura and Talitha. I'm so pleased to see someone putting a modern stylish twist on extensions. As I said, I must give it a go. Next today, the gorgeous RABEA SCHIF is showing us what she packs for a weekend in London. She allows for 3 outfit changes a day. She's my kind of woman.
Hi, I'm RABEA SCHIF and I'm here for the weekend in London, and I'm going to show you what I packed. So, first things first, obviously everybody needs a nice pajama. It was actually from Olivia von Halle, which I thought was really pretty. Because obviously if you're staying in a glamorous or very trendy place like London, you also want to look nice when you're sleeping. And I also brought a pair of, now I forgot the name again, sleep mask. Yes, a sleep mask from slip.com, which is lovely because it's made completely out of silk and you don't get any creases in your face. Next, ooh, I love my vintage pieces. Again, I find it very, very difficult to edit and to decide what to bring, so I always try to bring as much as possible to choose from. I brought this lovely leather vintage jacket, which I actually bought, my husband bought for me online. He saw it and he thought of me, which I thought was very nice of him because he never buys me anything normally. I also brought this crazy outfit, actually because I did an Instagram talk for H&M, and this is from their new studio collection. It's actually got matching trousers as well. I saw it online and I wasn't sure how it's going to fit, but it's actually a really cool fit because you've got huge shoulder pads, so it's actually a really cool look. And sort of, it looks crazy when you see it like this, but it actually looks really just like cool. And I'd wear them with a pair of white loafers because I think it sort of dresses the whole thing down. I wouldn't wear heels or anything with it. You need to sort of add off the accessories because this is already such a loud outfit. This is actually another little outfit, which looks kind of crazy, but I just think it's a really, really cool print. I got this just recently from another store. Actually, I should show you this way around. It's a whole suit as well. So you've got a pair of flared trousers, super comfy, especially when you go out for dinner. Great, because you've got a nice bit of elastic band so you can put on a bit of weight while you're wearing them, which is always good. I love things where you just don't feel squeezed in. I actually also brought another pair of loafers, which I think look quite cute because this has a bit of black trimming here. And I quite like to sort of pick up, like if there's like black or white or something like to accentuate, like in your accessories. For example, I'd wear a black bag with this and these black loafers, just to accentuate the little black detail up here. I've also brought some sunglasses, so you could wear, I'd probably wear these sunglasses with it. So I think that would look quite cool. This is a lovely, lovely shirt from Acne that I got a while back. Actually, I got it from as a present from a shoot that I did. I'm meeting my friends at Electric today. I'd wear this with a pair of denim jeans and a pair of loafers, and I've got a suit jacket maybe to combine it with. Easy. Everybody just needs a pair of jeans to bring, I find. Just something that even I might not end up wearing them here in London. I always find there's nothing worse than going on travels and then sitting there and being like, oh no, I forgot to bring a staple piece, like my jeans. That's the worst. But I would personally combine these either with like a shirt, like I just said, or I do a double denim look with like a shirt like this, for example, which I just got from another store. Or the jeans were Levi's, by the way, vintage Levi's. You can wear it for lunch, for dinner. I mean, everything that I brought, I sort of thought, I need to be able to wear it for any time of the day. I have to admit, being in London, I've realized I change about 3 times a day. Don't judge, but I do. For breakfast, lunch, and for dinner. I actually went to an Hermes show yesterday. I was invited, which I was very excited about. And I wore this suit. And I brought a couple of Hermes scarves, which I actually stole from my mom. I ended up wrapping it around my Gucci bag, which I brought. And then I just wrapped this around like this. And had it like something like this. So I always bring a sweatshirt as well, especially because the weather, you just don't know what the weather is going to be like here, especially in London. You never know if it's going to rain or snow or if it's going to be sunny. So I always bring a jumper. This is a Paul Smith jumper, which I actually also got as a present, which I absolutely love. Especially this fit is fantastic. I don't actually know what size this is. It actually looks really cute as well. This is like a smiley face with PS Paul Smith. I love this. Everybody should have a pair of leather trousers, ideally vegan leather, but whatever tickles your fancy. Yeah, I got these from Zandro, and the great thing about these are, A, the color, the fit is fantastic as well, but you can combine these and actually make them look really fancy and chic. And then, for example, I combine it with a t-shirt like this, also from Zandro, a complete look. Very important, accessories. I'm a big, big fan, as you can see, of colorful socks. But I love, love, love bringing like glittery socks because that's something that spices up any outfit. And I love when you wear cropped trousers, you sort of see them with a pair of loafers at the bottom, keeping it classic, but then a bit of color. I love accentuating that. I actually don't wear heels very often. I'm more of a loafer kind of girl, but I do always bring a pair of heels wherever I go, really, just because you never know. I brought 3 pairs of sunglasses for 4 days. Don't judge me, please. These are my cool Chung vintage looking glasses, which I love, love, love. I love the chain as well. I showed you these, and I think I've showed you these too. And that's it. That's my suitcase for the weekend. A lot of stuff that you can combine and that you can wear, or I wear, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, RABEA. I adored that. I adore your style. Finally today, we've taken a peek into the fridges of the SL team. Hopefully this will give you a bit of inspiration for a clean fridge a la Laura and your next supermarket shop.
Hi, I'm Laura Black. I'm managing editor at SheerLuxe, and this is what's inside my fridge.
The key to a good fridge is to be clean and organised. So we have drinks in the door, all sorts of milk, coffee, juices, wine, and a good stash of dash. Condiments at the top, always on a Lazy Susan, so you can see exactly what you're looking for. A huge stash of yogurts because we get through them so quickly with the kids. Olives for my son, he's obsessed. Hummus, fresh pesto, pasta. Just discovered this cauliflower pizza crust, which looks delicious for a healthy alternative. Berries, salmon, my absolute fave. Pancetta for a quick and easy pasta sauce midweek. All the cheeses. A whole load of fruit in there. All the green veg, pak choy and cucumber, which we get through so fast in our house. And the root veggies at the bottom. And that is what's inside my fridge.
Hello, I'm Georgina BLASKEY and I'm going to show you what's in my fridge. So I love shortcuts midweek. So there's curry sauces, pasta sauces, itsu broth, bowl food is great if you're in a hurry and you just need something really quick but healthy. We always have fresh orange juice, love lots of Oatly. Rhubarb is coming into season, so that's going to be for some crumble later. All sorts of cheeses, love cheese, and there's some really good vegan cheeses too. Mushrooms on toast is a breakfast staple, so always have portobello, loads of fruit. This is my veg drawer. I just keep it stocked with anything, and then as the week goes on, if we're having chicken, fish, meat, I just do something with veg, either stir fries or oven roasted. And then at the bottom, I've got my chicken ready to go in with my curry sauce. I quite often keep a convenient ready meal just in case. Just recently discovered these Fever Tree tonics. They're elderflower, so that's really lovely if you want a summery drink. Quite nice to have them with the Sipsmith free glider. So that's if you want a no alcohol option. And then my other favorite, which I have with every meal pretty much, is Ruby's In the Rubble chili mayo. It's like my lunchtime staple. I just love it. And that is what's in my fridge.
Hi, I'm Tor, I'm SheerLuxe's wellness editor, and this is what's in my fridge. On the top we have my favourite kimchi and some miso. I absolutely love miso, it's such a good way of adding flavour to so many things. Some gnocchi, I love gnocchi, it's such a quick dinner, and I love this pumpkin one. Greek yoghurt, I eat a lot of Greek yoghurt, pretty much every day. I love making things in big quantities, and here I've got a massive minestrone, which I like heating up throughout the week. Lots of leftovers, got some blueberry compote there, some cheese in there, a couple of portions of overnight oats to take to the office. Down here, again, more Tupperwares, some leftover roast veg in there, a massive thing of overnight oats, some salmon, I eat salmon at least twice a week, some hummus, there's some chicken thighs in there as well, Diet Cokes, I don't drink those, they're my husband's, tonic and some other drinks, lots of leftover cheese in there. And over here, in the side of my fridge, I keep all my supplements, well not all, a few. You'll always find a face mist in my fridge. I keep an eye mask, this is Sarah Chapman eye mask. And this is Bare Biology's oil, omega oil, which is the strongest omega oil on the market. It's a great one. And then down here I have all my veg. What do we have? Some spinach, broccoli, garlic, and also some peppers, courgettes, ginger and carrots.
Hi, my name's Heather Steele. I'm managing lifestyle editor at SheerLuxe, and this is what's inside my fridge. So I'm one of those people who basically keeps all their condiments in the fridge, which I know is a bit of a divisive issue. I'm doing a Plenish juice cleanse next week, so I've already been sent everything ready to go for Monday morning. Here I've got some really nice Mexican tomato salsa, which I made for breakfast this morning for leftovers later in the week, which is a tart London recipe, which is amazing. And then I've just got loads, like I say, of condiments. I've got some umami paste here where I make nice miso soups. I always have some lime juice as well, just in case I run out of fresh stuff. I've got tons of, chili oil. I've got this really amazing white Malsu black bean rayu, which I just have on all Asian dishes. I have got some fresh vegetables in there, don't worry. This is a few different cans of beers. And then on this side, I have got some beauty bits and bobs, such as these, which I use occasionally in the evening. I've also got some fresh spray as well. I've got this amazing miso paste, which I got from the Japan Centre. And then, some oat milk, normal milk, more Plenish things. This QP mayo, which is a Japanese mayo, which is basically the best stuff ever. And then finally, a bottle of Savoia vermouth, which I always keep in the fridge. That's basically the contents of my fridge.
So that's it for today. What a great show. Thank you, Laura, Anna, Georgina. Thank you to all the women we interviewed. Thank you to the SheerLuxe team. On the next show, we have fashion with Lou, wellness with Tor, plus cooking with the one and only Skye McAlpine. In the meantime, we would love it if you could give us a comment below, a thumbs up, and do subscribe if you haven't yet. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Bye-bye.